Welcome to Knockhill. It's round 4 of Bennetts BSB for 2024, and as you can see here, it's not quite sunny Scotland at the moment. It's piddling down in Fife as we've just had Friday free practice, and it's time for our pit lane walk, of course. Feels like a long time ago now at Donington Park, but who could forget what a treat we were dished up in race 3 last time. 4 going at it, leaving everything out there. That epic race that Jason O'Halloran picked up victory. And if you've not seen that yet before this weekend, what are you doing? Go back and watch it. Here we are then in pit lane. A damp start this morning and a wet afternoon means that the times from today, the fastest time actually, went to this man, Rory Skinner, who we're going to catch a word with quickly. Rory back in action again, of course, after that horror crash back at Alton Park. Rory, you're back here, you're back at home. Unfortunately, not quite so pleasant conditions, but you're up to speed, which is good news. How are you feeling?
Feeling good, thanks, Steve. Yeah, back to normal, back to my normal self anyway. So yeah, enjoyed today. You know, we had a good session in the morning. Didn't really want to rush the boys too much, getting the bike sorted for the wet in the second part of the session. So just left it, went out this afternoon in the wet conditions, and felt at home pretty quickly. Really, you know, happy enough where we are, both wet and dry. So it's always nice ending the first day feeling quite happy.
You know your way around here. How are you feeling physically though? Any problems at all?
Nah, back to it. I mean, I was fortunate enough after the Alton Park incident that I had no injuries. It was just a concussion. So just let my head rest for 2-3 weeks, and then after that I was back to normal. So it's just a case of getting back into the flow of riding bikes, but I do that quite often, so we're not too bad.
I'm not going to put any pressure on you, Rory, but you've had 4 podiums here before. How much would a win mean to you here on your home circuit?
Don't get me wrong, it would be fantastic, but at the minute, with the season we've had so far, 3 finishes is all I'm after this weekend. So we can just keep chipping away, get some decent results, and along the way, that'll be great. But 3 finishes under my belt and I'll be happy. It gets a bit of momentum for the season and we'll go from there.
That sounds like a good idea. Thanks, Rory.
Cheers, thank you.
Thanks to Rory Skinner there. Looked really, really good actually in these conditions. We just mind out, we've got all sorts going on. We're going to try and make this quick because we're getting pretty wet here. Of course, the FHO Racing BMW team are in here. Peter Hickman and Josh Brooks. Brooks has got a series of podiums here, but actually his last podium not since 2015 at Knockhill. That said, he looked very good in the wet session just a moment ago. Likewise, these guys looking for some setup. Lee Jackson, Charlie Nesbitt, they'll want to be part of this podium action. Jackson has been on the podium here before at Knockhill a couple of years ago. Tommy Bridewell is so happy with life at Honda. Of course, he was part of that epic battle back at Donington Park. Another rider with podiums here at Knockhill. Shouldn't be a massive issue. Of course, we've got Andy Irwin and Dean Harrison as well, looking to try and make some improvements for the season. The Kawasaki team, well, as we said, Jason O'Halloran will be so happy to finally get himself on the top step last time out at Donington. What a ride that was. Max Cook also showing brilliant improvement this year. Osho has had victories here in Scotland before, so he's definitely a contender. There is a missing bike here at the moment in the Rocket BMW garage. If you have a look in there, Ash, that's because Leon Haslam has just had a tip-off in that practice session. No news on him yet, but hopefully he's okay. We'll bring you as much info as we can when we get it. Christian Idden, another rider with form here. Of course, he's had a pretty good start to the season, bar that crash he had at Donington. That must have knocked the stuffing out of him. We've got a few classic bikes about to head out here, so, ooh. Smell of 2-stroke oil, love it. Christian Idden, a race winner here at Knockhill. Do not discount him. We're not going to see all of the grid here and all of the pit lane. Just a word on a couple of other riders. Lewis Rollo, the leading pathway rider, strong here in the wet. What a surprise. And Danny Buchan as well, a 3-time winner here, was up there. McCann's Racing, what a year it's been so far for Danny Kent. Second in the championship. He was part of that 4-way barroom brawl back at Donington as well. And he looked pretty good in that wet session. We've got Ryan Vickers here, back from injury, of course, after the collarbone. Kyle Ryde next door as well, who's feeling a bit under the weather. He's here, actually, though. Looks like he's okay. Yeah, he looks all right. He looks okay. He was a bit under the weather earlier on. Can you have a chat, Kyle, just quickly? Kyle, you didn't go out in free practice one, maybe feeling a bit under the weather. You did head out, though, in that soggy second practice. How are you feeling?
Glad to get out and get a base set in. I know I'm a fair chunk off, but obviously these guys did a session earlier where I was sat in the med centre with a drip on. So, yeah, I was. I don't know what happened, but I was throwing up all night, all morning, and I couldn't stomach anything. So, yeah, thanks to the BSB medics, because they sorted me out for an hour and I managed to get out for the last session. So, yeah, thanks to them.
All right, Kyle, we're not going to stand too close, but get some fluids in you.
Some bad food, I think it was, I saw. But
good. Go well.
Thank you.
That's Kyle Ryde, okay. So Kyle Ryde's going to be all right for tomorrow. That's good news. And then, of course, lastly, we come to the championship leader, Glenn Irwin. He might have finished off the podium in that four-way battle at Donington, but he was so delighted just to be part of the action. He said it was one of the greatest races, and who could deny that? Erwin, the championship leader, coming into this one at Knockhill, and again, a race winner here, just last year, in fact. It's going to be an interesting weekend. It always is in Bennett's BSB for round 4. And this is how you can tune in throughout the weekend here. We will be live on the Discovery Plus app on Saturday, 11:30 in the morning. You can tune in and watch all the action throughout the day. And at 3:15, Eurosport 2 viewers will then jump on board and watch all the rest of the action. And on Sunday, again, you can watch it all on the Discovery Plus app. But Eurosport 2 will be live with you at 11:30. They'll then cross over to World Superbikes and we'll be back again at 3:30. I think we've got that just about right. Do not miss a single lap here in sunny Scotland.